Hello, I'd like to welcome you to our second podcast of a series on various pedagogical issues. The topic I'm talking about in this episode is successful communication with your kid. You might know that. You have the feeling that whatever you say, your child won't listen to you. There are several reasons why kids don't listen to their parents. Primarily, it's essential to pay attention to our children. However, what children need is not attention for 12 hours a day, which is also not possible. It is respect and appreciation without distraction, during which we consciously spend time with our kids. But how can we get this attention of our children? One way to gain the attention of a child is eye contact. You can crouch down to meet each other on eye level, and you could also establish physical contact by, for instance, placing your hand on your kid's shoulder. Another vital aspect in getting attention is timing. We often want to talk with our children about issues that seem important to us. However, starting a conversation while your kid is playing won't work. This means it is also essential for parents to recognize the right point in time. We shouldn't distract children from their activities, but patiently wait until they are done and only then start a conversation. Moreover, adults should also act in a consistent manner. This means our facial expressions, gestures, tone, and behavior must support what we want to convey. For example, if I want to clearly explain to my child that it's not allowed to punch its brother or sister, I should not be doing this with a smile on my face or add a desperate please, but pronounce it clearly and support the statement with facial expressions and gestures. Furthermore, it is important to use I messages instead of you messages. You messages, such as you are bad, make the other feel attacked and react defensively. You messages contain implicit accusations and devaluations of a person. I messages, on the other hand, express emotions and desires. This way, the child has the possibility to feel and become aware of such emotions and feelings, which is way more effective. Another example, you are sloppy, is a you message. Saying this with an I message would sound like that. Your room is really messy. I need your help tidying it up. And adding, let's do this together. By using this I message, the child will probably be more willing to help than when using the you message saying you are messy. Another key element for successful communication with children is formulating statements instead of questions. We often tend to hide suggestions in questions, which is overstraining young children because they can't decide. This means that we should reduce our propositions to a maximum of 2 or 3 options. I would like to play Ludo with you is a clear statement. Now, the kid has the choice. Yes, I want to play Ludo, or no, I don't want to play Ludo. Whenever offering too many choices like, would you like to play Ludo or rather Uno, or how about playing hide and seek or play tag, the child will be overwhelmed in this moment and might not want to play anymore. So a reduction of questions and limiting choices to 2 or 3 options can help in getting attention. Additionally, a focus on the result and the desired outcome supports being heard. The focus on the aim also determines the direction of the conversation. The more important the aim is to myself, I don't want you to punch your sibling, the more likely it is that the child listens to me. Another essential consideration is the fulfillment of our own expectations. Since we expect the fulfillment of being listened to by our children, we should also contribute to this expectation from their point of view. Listen actively to what your child wants to say. Try not to interrupt your child and let it formulate its thoughts. We often immediately interrupt our children and react with counter-arguments. Let them finish speaking and start taking children's point of view seriously and appreciate them. Adults are role models, not only in conscious but also in unconscious situations. The more respect we pay and the more appreciation we show, the likelier it is that children act in this way towards us as well. Topics that are of high significance to you and your child can be defined in a contract. Try to answer the following questions together with your kid. What is important to you? What is important to me? The child can sign this contract with its fingerprint or, if it's already older, with its name. Agreements that have been negotiated together can be claimed in specific situations. We can take precautions by clearly communicating in order to prevent escalating situations. Also pay attention to non-verbal remarks and the body language of your child. Does your child turn towards you or does it turn its back on you? Turning away means the child is not ready to talk in this moment. Maybe rethink your timing. Is it really necessary to conduct this conversation right now, or can it be postponed to another moment in the near future? It is also okay to end a conversation earlier than planned and take it up later on. What adults also often do is offering solutions to children. We offer pieces of advice but forget to consider that advice often is a slap in the face. Children or teenagers are pushed into defensive roles and become passive. They start holding back their own opinions. But we can trust our children. Try to show appreciation and respect towards your child and let it look for possible solutions itself. You will be surprised. Children are very creative when it comes to finding solutions. So, which conclusion can we draw from these considerations? We should start overthinking our own way of communicating and observe our own behavior. Self-reflection is very essential to answer the following questions. How am I talking to other people? How am I talking to my child? Communication is the key to functioning relationships. Am I constructive? Am I present? Or are my thoughts already far ahead in the future? Do I express appreciation and show respect? Communication starts with us. We need to be ready for change in order to expect change from our children as well. If we listen to our children will also start listening to us. I wish you all the best for future communications with your child and hope to support you with my tips. Maybe you can even start applying one or the other idea after this podcast. This was the second episode of our podcast. We'd be glad if you tuned in to our next episode as well. Have a nice day and thank you for listening.